Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be playing Ghosthunter. I actually picked this game up about 2 months back at Game Exchange, the usual romping ground for finding stuff like this. I saw it in their case and decided, hey, the cover was really cool looking and I wanted to give it a try. I'll probably show the cover currently, but later on. Because I need to scan it to show it.
Tales of suffering, loss, and rejection. Into a few in true the living.
Kate!
Pretty epic little sci-fi intro. But yes, this game came out around 2003 to 2004, depending on your region, of course. It's made by Namco. After just playing Splatterhouse, same people, Namco Bandai.
There's nobody to shoot.
There's you.
Also, this man definitely just pointed his gun right at his
Keep
partner.
the gun away.
So what is this place?
Read the sign.
Yeah, what I meant was, what do we...
I know what you meant.
She likes me. No doubt about it, she likes me.
Montse High, 2 years ago, the Detroit school murders made the nationals. You probably didn't get it in the Kalamazoo Gazette. Night of a school play here. Some Professor Brooke murders 10 students and then scoots.
Wow. Was there an arrest?
No, he vanished. No weapon ever found. No motive. All investigation ran dry 6 months in.
Cause of death?
Never established. Autopsies drew a blank. Not a mark on any of the bodies. Yeah. Boy, they say it was a weird scene to walk into that night. Detroit PD took quite a mulling over it, so we respond to every crank call. Big unsolved like this sure draws the freaks out of the woodwork. Makes even your average Joe skittish.
Uh-huh. So we've had a call?
Calls. Demolition crew with overactive imaginations. Hearing voices, scared of their own reflections. Anyway, let's just get it over with. I'll do the top floors, you do the basement. Cursory check, meet back here in 30.
Got it. Oh, hey, this better not be scare the little old country boy night. Okay, I bet you got a welcoming committee, guys from division down in the basement wearing Halloween masks, a body fresh off the slab, swinging from the rafters.
You think you're worth that kind of effort?
Yeah, pretty much.
I look like a prankster? Go to work. 30.
Okay, 30 it is, partner. I look like a prankster. First time I get stuck in one of Charlie's Angels. Jane Bond. Great.
So, if our main boy here, who is Lazarus Jones, sounds a little familiar to you. He actually voices Bubsy, the failed mascot character from Bubsy 3D, all of those.
Is that you?
If you ever watched Nickelodeon shows, you may know him as Jack Fenton or the Box Ghost. He's voiced by Rob Paulson. So
Down here, I guess.
he may sound very familiar to some people. And the first time that I tried this game out to test settings and stuff, he definitely caught my ear whenever I was listening to it. Yeah, so far the game, we had the epic intro with just random guy with 2 laser-like pistols. Now we're just playing as Lazarus Jones, and he has been hired onto this police department from the small countryside with his partner Steele, which I'm pretty sure is like one of the most generic cop names I have ever heard, but I looked up cops with the name Steele in movie and stuff, and I couldn't really find a whole lot, except for Shaq, but I don't think he was a cop, he was just the superhero Steele. So that was interesting. But here we have the machine, which I love the little detail that it is actually part jukebox, which is just funny as hell. I don't know why, I just love whenever things like that are incorporated into very sophisticated sciencey shit. Also, I can't help but wonder why the hell you would put a giant red button to release all of the evil spirits that are currently trapped in the machine. That seems like a really, really stupid-ass idea. But hey, we wouldn't have this game if it wasn't for that, so who knows?
What was that? Power down. All systems offline running at 0%. All communication will terminate in T-5. Initiate backup power. Urgent. Initiate backup.
I really like this AI character that they introduce here, though. He's a very sassy bitch. We'll get more to him later, but for now, we just have to go out of the lab, find some backup power. But not before we run into Steele. Blow her fucking head off, Lazarus.
What's going on?
Jesus, Steele, could you not just...
What have you done down here?
Well, I found something. A machine, and, well, it exploded. I just...
Oh, great.
I fell and I hit my head. I don't know, there must have been some sort of a gas or something.
What are you talking about? Lazarus? Hey, you okay?
Of course. Yeah, just...
I do like how she sounds genuinely concerned for him, even though she was kind of being a dick in the beginning.
So you left me and...
Like, yeah, she's a hard ass, but she's not unfeeling.
What are you doing?
I said don't move.
I always find it kind of weird whenever stuff like that happens and they tell someone not to move. It's like, I'd probably be telling them to haul some fucking ass, personally, but whatever works. And we get a case file on Montse High case notes. So let's see. Crime unknown, date unknown, suspect unknown. Date 11/11/01. It appears that at least 11 students and one member of the staff are missing, with 8 confirmed bodies spread throughout both old and new facility buildings. There are at least 5 fatalities spread through the English and history departments. The area has been cordoned off and no attempt made to remove the bodies. Status: unsolved. Well, that's kind of weird. You wouldn't make any attempt to reclaim the bodies. I'm pretty sure there's been some pretty awful situations where bodies are still attempted to be recovered, unless it's literally declared impossible. Like, say, sinking of the Titanic or something. That might be a little difficult. But here we actually have our first ghostly apparition. It says hit triangle to enter hunting mode, but we can just use R1. R1 is the fire button, but it also enters hunting mode, so I don't even bother with triangle. This game has some interesting quirks with how the aiming and just general movement work. As you can see, it says the aim with the cursor, yeah, all that, blah blah, whatever, but press circle to return to run around mode. There's actually 2 different modes that you have. You have aiming mode and running around mode is what it calls it. So it's really weird. It's not like a hold to aim thing, it's literally enter a mode to aim. It's kind of like a permanent toggle aim kind of thing, unless you exit the toggle aim. But it does say change some characteristics, like he does move a little slower. You're aiming, or you basically become like tank mode, sort of, but you can still strafe and stuff. Interesting idea for aiming and all of that. This was around the time where 3D was still kind of getting its bearings on how to do third person and first person, so I can't really fault it on its weird choices.
A gas. I was knocked down, and I know I'm seeing things. I just... And now I'm talking to a box. Jesus!
Strategy for candidate. Capture the dead. Correction. Recapture the dead. No gas, no drugs. Ghosts.
Ghosts? What are you talking about? A candidate? Hey! Hey! Can you hear me?
Estimate. You can be heard in Texas.
I love him, he's a sassy bitch.
Initiating training. Recapture ghosts. Training essential.
Training? Where's my partner? What have you done with her?
No information. Recapture ghosts. Generate essential power. Costs none. Benefits: spectral gateways opened. Woman found. Initiate training. Initiate training.
No, that's
Initiate
it. That's it. I'm
training.
out of here.
Yeah, I'd probably have a little bit of trouble coming to grips with the fact that a computer's talking to me and sassing my ass too. So, yeah. Lazarus, understandably, tries to GTFO. But here we actually get our first weapons of the game. Well, not first weapons, but first pickup of a weapon. The pulse rifle runs off ghost energy. Tap R1 for a single shot and hold for a charge up. And then the other important weapon. The grenade anchors a ghost into reality and captures them if they are sufficiently weakened. Use R2 to throw the grenade when in hunting mode. So these two are our bread and butter kind of combo for ghost capture. We can throw the grenade whenever a ghost is sufficiently weakened, or we can throw the grenade before the ghost is weakened to attempt to weaken it enough to capture it while the grenade is anchored to the ghost for a good, probably 5 seconds.
Your hunting must begin as soon as possible. 1. In brief, your weapons are useless. You cannot kill that which does not live. However, you can contain the spirit.
2.
The grenade has 2 functions. Firstly, it will anchor a spirit into the realm of the living, allowing you to weaken it.
3.
And secondly,
4.
the grenade will capture a weakened ghost, trapping it in the array.
5.
Recognized 9mm firearm. Recognized threatening stance towards a digital entity, an ally. Irrational response. Candidate functioning with excessive nervous energy.
Even whenever he's talking all logically and shit, he's still sassy.
Now justified. Strategy. Hunt this ghost.
He's like, yeah, you're nervous? Well, now you really have an excuse to be. But as you can see up in the top left, we have our grenade indicator. It basically just tells us whenever we can actually hit the ghost, or what we do when we hit the ghost. It gives us the health bar of the ghost, and it also gives us a timer kind of thing. As you can see, we have a certain amount of time left to where the grenade will detach itself, but we also get the ghost's health, so we can see how many shots or how weak we need to make the ghost in order to essentially capture it. Think Pokemon rules, except ghosts and guns and grenades. So just like Pokemon, really. You know, at least it has ghosts, I guess. I don't think Pikachu ever used a gun, though, so that'd be a little weird.
If only I had a torch.
So we can also turn on the flashlight. I haven't really found a reason to really not use the flashlight. It doesn't really have batteries or anything, so I don't think there's a reason to not have it on, but at the same time, not really sure. Also, that is some horrifying morphing on that model going on. But yeah, our pulse rifle basically can always get its energy back. Since it runs on quote-unquote ghost energy, we technically get more back as we hurt ghosts. So we can always kind of get ghost energy. It just comes naturally with hunting the ghosts. As for the charge shot, I never really found a use for it yet. It always just seems like a better idea to just shoot rapidly. But we can get our shotgun here. Shotgun, 12 gauge pump action, assault shotgun, of course. As for our standard weapons, they kind of have their own thing. So yeah, we have shotguns, we have pistol, we have the pulse rifle, which currently I found to be the most useful of the weapons. The shotgun does deal a decent amount of damage, but I still haven't really used it a whole lot because its ammo is limited. I played the beginning, essentially, to get the idea and the settings for this game down. But if we miss our grenade, it just kind of comes back a little bit later. So it's not really a big deal if you miss the grenade. It's not like a heavy cooldown or anything. I'm also not really sure why the ghosts are so saturated, but they are. The brightness isn't really even that high. I checked it, but the ghosts are just really, like, burned out looking. It's really weird. They basically light up like Christmas lights. But now that I notice, her cop badge does say Detroit, so I guess we're around the Detroit area. I don't know much about Detroit, or where Montsay would be, but if somebody knows, I'm sure they could tell us. But this guy actually looks like the dude from the beginning intro cutscene that I did notice.
I owe my freedom to beauty.
What are you? Where are you?
I am here.
And strangely, she can't see.
Don't. I can't see.
You
Well,
only see the
as she
light
says.
dead when I am part of you.
Please, don't.
Precisely why did you release me?
I didn't. I don't know what you're talking about. Just don't hurt me.
Quiet. Why would I hurt the one who freed me? I
ulceration, a chance for fury to fester. Do not struggle. All I am doing is thanking you. I can grant you every little sordid wish, as long as you give me one thing.
What thing?
I want flesh.
The dude has a bomb-ass voice. I don't know who does his voice currently, but he has a really cool voice. Let's see, with the pulse rifle equipped to hold L1 and press X to switch off the torch, and I heard a scream from the attic. It says that there are hints in this game, but really it kind of just gives you context of what exactly just happened by telling you exactly what just happened. Also, it may look like I'm walking weird downstairs, but that's just because I am. This game has stair walking kind of animations, and they are odd as fuck. I do really like the ghost capture look, though. It kind of gives me the, what's the movie I'm thinking of? I've seen it before, but it's got like that distortion effect that you'll see in time travel kind of movies. And we just picked up a box of shells by the look of it. Also pick up another box. And actually I noticed this whenever I first went through. Lazarus will actually look at details on walls, and he actually whistles. I thought that was kind of interesting. Like, he pays attention to surrounding details and interacts with it. It's kind of a cool little detail thing that they do. I mean, it's not like super interesting nowadays, but back then, I mean, it was pretty cool. And that ghost is just gone. So I guess we just kind of have to recall our grenade until he comes back down. It can be a little hard to get on the ghosts, like, just to aim on them and stuff. But it's not too bad. Oh yeah, and there is also, like, sidling kind of stuff. Really weird, but it works on most every wall that I know of. But we do have to make our way to the attic, so we're gonna go that way. And they do give you a lot of health. Like, a lot. I don't think I've been hit yet, and they give us those big orbs and stuff all over the place. Alright, let's see. I have discovered that Kay, in her astral form, can utilize the abilities of captured ghosts. If I capture enough, she'll be able to channel their strengths. When using a ghost's abilities, she will drain my reserves of ghost energy, so an ability can only be used for a finite time. So far, I have only experimented with revenants. Using their energy, she can manifest herself in solid form, operating switches and shifting objects by dropping from a height upon them. I plan to use it on those lifts that are constantly malfunctioning. So we do have another little unique thing here as well.
Astral form? What are you talking about?
So it's telling us we have case files and whatnot, but we already read it. So let's go ahead and summon the astral here.
Wait a minute. You've just come out from inside me. You're a ghost? Look, I'm sorry, I just don't understand. But you can hear me, right? Okay, well...
I know it's a super simple design on Kay, but I do like it.
What to say, but you know, it's
She's just wearing like a toga, but
been good to have you aboard.
it is kind of interesting having the femme fatale kind of partner who's a ghost.
So anyway, feel free to just stay out and about, okay? I mean, people need their space, don't they? What? I don't understand. Jesus, don't just point at him. How was I supposed to know?
So, little interesting detail. Apparently Lazarus doesn't have ghost sight naturally. It's actually Kay who directs him to be able to see ghosts. Because she's actually bonded with him, that gives him the ability to see ghosts. It's kind of like the Knight character was talking about earlier, the one with the smooth voice. But now we're playing as Kay, who has kind of like watery physics. She basically swims through air. It's really odd, but kind of interesting. And the first thing we need her to do is drop on this. And she can walk on the ground as well, but whenever we do the Revenant form, we can change to a physical interaction kind of manifest. But then we go back to Lazarus. So Kay also works on ghost energy, if you were paying attention in the cutscene as well. So she can actually drain our ghost weapon energy, because they run on ghost energy as well. So, bit of a touchy little thing that we have to deal with. But there is a bit of give and take in using or doing combat. We have to worry about actually getting the ghosts, but at the same time, we have to go in runabout mode while our grenade is out, because we can't really capture ghosts while our grenade is capturing another one. So we do have to worry about ghosts being behind us and stuff. And also I thought I captured this guy, but I guess I didn't. Guess he was just being extra picky about being captured. But yeah, you do have to swap between runabout mode as well as combat mode a lot. If you played Resident Evil 4, it's kind of same concept in a way, except you don't just aim with one button, you switch modes. Like I said, think of it as like a toggle aim. So if you need to book it a little bit faster, you need to switch the modes. Also, damn, he just felt like 2 stories. That would definitely break your fucking face. Like, that would hurt a lot. And it looks like we were like a few stories up in like a library. So that would especially suck. But here I'm actually going to worry about the archers and stuff above, because they're much more of a pain in the ass than the shield guy who's slowly walking towards us. Because they can actually hit us from a distance, and that's not good. Still not too much of a problem though. As long as you balance between runabout mode as well as just general grenade mode, general waiting for grenade, all of that stuff, it's not too bad. We can also just run up and plant the grenade right on his face. Which does help. But it seems like we weaken the guy whenever we take out his, flunkies, so to speak. So, back to the lab again. Not the Eminem song, but still.
You have returned. Please state your name.
Lazarus Jones, Detroit PD, homicide. And you are?
Information irrelevant.
Okay, so much for the small talk.
Civility, not a core objective.
I'm currently waiting on the nose thing with Lazarus being able to bring people back from the dead or something.
I severely regret all incoherence on my part and deletion of internal memory. Consequences of insufficient power. As to my primary functions, I am both guardian and guide.
Guardian and guide of what?
Guardian of the array, guide to ghost hunters.
The array?
The array. It functions both
The
as a
jukebox.
prison for the creatures you capture and an energy source for many of my advanced functions. You may study the ghost through the viewing panel provided.
Whoa, easy, Chief. You expect me to believe all this junk is powered by some kind of spooky electricity?
What you believe is
The dude is using a gun that literally fires ghost energy and is questioning how the machine runs on ghost energy.
What I've done is go on a routine patrol, get trapped in an abandoned school, and seen my partner get snatched, okay?
Is that all?
That's it?
No. What you have done, Officer Jones, is foolishly emptied the array, set loose a force of ghosts to roam free and wreak havoc as before. One spirit has fused with your corporal form, gifting you with sight beyond the living. Consequently, you can redress the chaos you have created. Your duty is to hunt down the ghosts.
No, pal.
We're getting sassed by a fucking computer program.
Officer Jones. The woman's steel will only be returned when all the creatures are safe. You have fought already. No doubt you acknowledge the strength opposing you.
Some scar-faced worm boy.
He is only part of what you are up against, and was torn from the array by your own hand, Officer Jones, but you are proving to be a most promising candidate. The creatures you have captured are already strengthening us. Over here, the spectral gateways, your endeavors have activated one. I suggest you proceed through and continue your quest. Take this weapon and protective clothing. They will prove beneficial in the challenges ahead.
Who the hell are you to tell me what to do? You're goddamn head in a box.
I am guide to ghost hunters. Who am I to tell Officer Jones what to do? Valid. Only the professor has the answers.
Professor?
I like how he just puts on the uniform, not even giving a fuck. Like, you don't tell me what to do, but I'm gonna take this bomb-ass outfit and put it on anyways.
Has the answers.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. So where is the professor?
No information.
Could he be through here?
A high probability.
Right. But this gate will definitely take me to Steel.
Affirmative. Proceed now, please. Time is of the essence.
Sniper rifle, runs off ghost energy, left analog stick to zoom. Nice. Let's see what that zoom looks like. Oh, you have to enter first person mode first. Weird. This game has a bunch of really weird little quirks. You also have a first person mode, which is bizarre as fuck, honestly. Like, I don't recall a ton of games having a mode with third person and first person. There is one that I can recall off the top of my head, which is The Suffering. The Suffering 1 and 2 had a first person and third person, but it's really bizarre to see games have that.